here at Owensville Baptist Church in Owensville, Arkansas, and we've got a new input plate here for the pulpit, and then we've got new four-way plates here on the front on each side of the stage, and then we've got the ones that were already here in the choir for a total of 11 inputs on the stage. Here in the booth we've got Yamaha TF5 installed, along with our 6 SLX4D, our 3 SLX4D dual systems. We've got them addressed channels 1 through 6 to keep it nice and easy, since we're not in a very crowded area frequency wise. And then on the bottom here we've got our CD/Bluetooth player. To navigate between CD and Bluetooth, you'll hold shift and source. There's CD, there's Bluetooth. Up at the top is our main power switch for switching the entire system on and off. The only thing that will not switch off would be the chargers for our wireless microphones. Our wireless mics are first on the console, channels 1 through 6, and they're labeled as such, lapel being the first one. Then the other ones are handhelds. We've also got them in order in the chargers. Lapel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This first one is SM58, which is what we put in the proposal. They were out of them, so we upgraded to the beta cartridge on those. When you turn them on, there at the bottom, they will tell you that it says Shure 2. So you know that's number 2. The next ones in the line, we've got this first section for wireless, and starting here we've got our pulpit connector on the stage, and then the numbered inputs 1 or 2 through 11 here, and then we've got choir left, choir right next, and then we've got ambient microphones right here. The ambient microphones are specifically for the live streams, so you're not going to want them turned up in the house. So the Yamaha TF5 console is a basically 2-layer board. The first layer has all 32 local inputs represented by a slider. If you go over here to the fader bank and push input 2, you'll notice that you've got some additional channels. If you wanted to add a digital snake, you could have up to 40 channels represented. And then we've got the CD/Bluetooth player, video, it's audio from video, and then we've got the reverb and the delay effect returns right here. So we'll go ahead and turn those on as well. So they have, even though this is on the second layer here, the media channels, there's a quick go-to here, so you could be actually over here adjusting your microphones, and then up here at the top you've got some quick go-to. You've got CD on the one side and video on the other side, so those are your quick media channels that you can adjust without actually having to go to the second layer. Over here on the far right is our master slider. That's a stereo master slider there, and it represents whatever mix we're on. So let's talk about mixes. So we talked about layers, those are all inputs. Over here on the right side is a row of aux 1, aux 2, all the way through aux 1920. So we've got tons of auxiliaries here, outputs that we can use. If I press aux 1, you can see the board will navigate differently. So the reason is because aux 1 is our choir monitors, the 2 speakers facing into the choir. So when I switch to that output, the entire board is now dedicated to that output. So as long as that aux 1 is blinking, everything that I do here is represented by the speakers in the choir. If I hit it again, I'm back to the main mix. 2 is our assistive listening, and I'm going to pull it pretty low. You may, we have a hard time trying to figure out how they need to sound. We're going to check that out and just kind of set it. It's going to be kind of a lot of power. Let me turn it up a little bit. It's going to be a lot of power for headphones. And so we're going to want to make it sure that we don't start out too hot. Aux 3 here is our live stream. So now this whole output is dedicated to just the live stream. So if I'm live streaming, I can pop my headphones in, I can cue right here and listen in on the main output, the live stream output. Wherever I cue is what I'm listening to. Some boards call it a PFL, pre-failure listening, but wherever I cue, that's what I'm listening to. So, but if I cue the main and I'm on the live stream, now all I'm listening to when I plug in my headphones and turn it up is the live stream output. So I can listen there and make adjustments accordingly for just the live stream. And likewise, I can hear what's going on in the assistive listening right here. And I can listen to what's going on in the choir monitors right here. And if it's off and I've got it cued, I can listen to what's going on in the mains, or I can just use my ears. But so that's all of the outputs. And the main thing to remember is every output that I've selected, the entire board is dedicated to that. Whatever volume I adjust is going to be just for that output. All right, this is called our fat channel right here, the screen, 7-inch display. We've got, if we hit the home button, if we're in anything weird, we can just hit the home button and we can scroll across just like an iPad. We can see all of our channels. This is all the way back. We've got channel 1 all the way through 32 just by scrolling. At the top of each channel strip is our gain control. We've got phantom power, we've got our EQ, we've got our what we call our scribble strip, where we can edit the name of it or anything like that. So just for kicks, let's push on the EQ, double click, sorry. And now we can bring up the equalizer for the lapel, and I can drag anything around that I want with one finger to get it to the tone that I want. Make sure that it's activated right here, not grayed out. And to go back, all I have to do is hit the home button, and it brings me back to all the channels. I can hit right there, and I can see I've got a meter here, I've got my phantom power, and I've got my gain control. This little knob right here is touch and turn knob, is a master for whatever I'm doing. So instead of dragging something, whatever's highlighted, I can adjust it with this knob if I want to. All right, we're going to hit the home button. The next thing we need to talk about is recalling a scene. So I did save on this thumb drive that was here. I did save. Let's go ahead and show you. We'll hit right here the gear icon and load, save load. You can see Bensberg TF5 backup, and I can put load and it'll load all the settings, or I can save and it'll overwrite. So be careful not to overwrite something if you don't want to. And so if we X out, hit the gear icon again, you can see right under that we've got the user-defined controls. These are these buttons right here, and what we like to use them for is to recall scenes. Right now I've only got one set up to recall. I can click this one and I can set it as a shortcut to all kinds of stuff, but if I scroll down to the bottom, scene, direct recall store, and then I need to select what bank I want to save it in. But you can see I've only got one set up, and it's the same thing that's on the thumb drive. So if you see that, I'll just come through here like I'm a 9-year-old boy and mess with everything. And then I'll come up here and I'll hit A, which is our Bensberg, and it brings everything back. That includes the scribble strips, anything that changes. I'm going to erase B real quick. Okay, so you can see only A is highlighted. All right, well that about covers the, there's also a record function. You can see the cassette here allows you to record to a thumb drive. And so you can actually write here via the iPad connection, or here via the back USB-B printer style connection. You can go out to a device and record that way. Okay, we'll power everything down. And that's that.